Hey guys, Lee from Glx Reviews here with yet another review. This one's gonna be pretty cool. I know this one's probably gonna be a popular one given how popular Final Fantasy VII is. But today we're gonna go ahead and unbox a new Cloud Strife figure from Static Arts. This one's gonna be pretty cool, so let's go ahead and get right into it. As far as the box goes, unfortunately there is not much going on here. We just kind of have a picture there, similar to what you would see in the game. And that's about it. Not much going on, so this is gonna be pretty straightforward. But this one's pretty cool. I've been looking forward to it for quite some time, and I think there was a delay, so I'm really happy that it was finally released. Again, this one's from Static Arts, and I believe they have released some other figures. I'll see if I can get some of those in the future. But I was really excited to finally grab one of Cloud since I don't have one here in my collection, so I thought it was definitely time to add it to my collection. Let's go ahead and remove him here from the box. Nothing interesting there, no instructions from what I can see. That's kind of what he looks like there with the packaging. Let's go ahead and remove that. And this is as straightforward as they come. From my other figures, this one has very low assembly required. A few little protective coverings there in the base. So as always, let's get right into a nice little close-up there of the figure. Right off the bat, the details are very nice. As you can see there in the pants, they're very nice detail, and he also has really nice heft to him, so it doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. Let me do a little bit more close up there, as you guys can see it. Nice details there on the shirt. Same here with the glove and shoulder pad, and then we also have the nice details there in the arm. You can kind of see some nice details there with his bicep, tricep, nice little definition there as far as the muscles go. And then let's take a quick close-up here of the hair. It's very nicely detailed, but I will give him a quick little critique, so to speak. In the picture of the figure, I'll see if I can kind of put it here in the video next to him. They do have the color of his hair a lot more yellow, which looked really nice. Kind of looks more reminiscent of the actual game. The actual production version, at least the one I got, has a more kind of like this translucent blonde color. It's very hard to describe. It definitely looks more realistic, I'll give it that. So if they were going for more of a realistic approach, maybe to get them a little bit more similar to the remake, I think that isn't too bad. It's very close to that. But I really did like more of the yellowish chocobo, color for his hair. It was really nice. Kind of looked more reminiscent of, I don't know, just looked a little bit more cartoony, a little bit cooler, in my opinion. But other than that, this one does look a little bit more realistic. The other little critique is the eyes. I'm not sure if I can get that here in the camera. It's kind of hard to see a little bit larger, but if I'm able to get a nice little close-up here, the eyes are glossy, which is not bad. Again, if they were going for a more realistic approach, it definitely achieves that. But it just kind of looks weird. I'm kind of used to some of these figures having a more less glossy, less shiny color for the eyes, or kind of design or print. This one's a little bit more on the glossier side, but it's still pretty cool. Again, I won't deduct points for it. Just kind of a weird approach, given his overall design. It's kind of a little strange. But other than that, he looked extremely badass. So that was kind of a close-up there of the figure. Now let's put him there for the meantime, and let's remove the sword, the Buster Sword, from the packaging. Again, nothing much going on, so I'll remove the plastic packaging there. Let's take a quick close-up look of the blade, and it looks insane. It looks really nice. Got some material in there, of course, reminiscent of the game. And the detail is really nice, has really nice shading, really gives it that kind of steel look. Doesn't look cheap at all. And it has a really nice design across the top. I think they went for like 2 different materials. This one kind of feels a little bit more plasticky, and this one has kind of almost like a metal type feel. I think they may have used metal, like stainless steel or something, for the actual blade, which is pretty cool. Obviously it's not sharp or anything, but you can definitely feel the difference. This feels like a little bit more hollow, plasticky, but then this feels a lot more solid, and you can even tell by the sound. Yeah, it's kind of strange. I think that it does have like some metal in there, or maybe it's just my imagination, but I definitely do believe it. And then the handle looks pretty nice and solid too. And you know, they definitely did not cheap out. This figure was pretty inexpensive given the conversion of the yen. Again, I did import this from Ami as always. They're kind of my go-to. It was a little over $130, even like with like shipping almost. I think it was with shipping, it was like 150-ish or so. So not bad at all, given shipping was almost like $30, $40. So all in all, the figure was a little over 100 of that. So not bad. Okay, now let's go ahead and install the sword and see how that looks. Let me see how hard this is gonna be. So I think you can just kind of squeeze it in there. Yep, okay, not hard at all. It was pretty easy. Let me take a quick look here. Yeah, unfortunately there's no picture in the box, so I'm gonna assume it's something along the lines of that. I think that's pretty close to how it looks like in the game. I may have to look at a quick picture here on the internet just to see how deep they went with placing the sword, and actually that's pretty close. It was pretty close. I think they kind of place it a little bit further down. There you go, something like that, what I can see. I'll put the picture here next to the figure so you guys can see it. That's pretty much it. The sword is very nicely detailed with this, along with the figure, so they definitely look really nice. Definitely a figure you want to put up and display. Definitely don't want to have this hidden. You definitely want to put this up front, towards the very front of your collection. All right, and then let's give the base a quick look here, the stand. And that is pretty cheap. I can't grab it, I'm trying to grab it with one hand while just gonna stand in there. Actually, it sounds pretty nicely on its own. So the base is actually as straightforward as they come. Nothing going on here compared to some of the other figures, so that's disappointing. But given he might be going with a cleaner look for this Cloud, I actually do kind of like it. A little disappointing, but I like it. Okay, so let's see how difficult he would be to place here. Okay, pretty easy. So one of the feet, didn't show this, but one of the feet does have kind of like this pentagon or octagon type design. Can't really see. Let me try to see if this focuses. Come on, camera. But there you go. I think that focused a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, there's kind of like a pentagon, octagon type design there. And same thing in the base. So it should be pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be able to mess it up. Okay, so actually, even though you can't mess it up, there's no grip. Look at that. So you want to be extra careful because you can definitely, wiggle a little bit. So not a figure you want to move around too much. If you do move like the furniture or whatever where you place them at, be very careful. Let's do a little bit of wiggle test. Okay, so it's not too bad. You can definitely resist quite a bit. But as you can see, it definitely does have quite a bit of wiggle. And he is placed in there correctly. This one does have quite a bit of grip, so that's definitely what's holding him in there. The one with like the pentagon, octagon type design does not have a lot of grip, so be careful. All right, guys, so other than that, that's pretty much what we have here. That's pretty much kind of an overall review of the figure. Again, definitely recommend it as always. I know these figures are not cheap, so that's why I like to kind of give a review to see if if it's worth purchasing or not. So definitely want to let you guys know that this one definitely gets a thumbs up. Now, as I was taking a closer look, there are a few things that I did catch as I was kind of moving on to kind of clear everything up here. I had a chance to really take a closer look at the figure. And again, just a few things I do want to kind of take note of. The eyes, again, I mentioned they were kind of glossy, took a closer look, and it just kind of seems like the overall print is just slightly off. It's kind of very weird quality. I'm not sure if it comes through the camera, but it almost looks like, if you've ever seen like the Barbie and Ken dolls, it almost kind of looks something like that. So not the highest quality compared to some of the other figures I've reviewed. And then one other knock that I do want to kind of bring up in case it is something you guys would like to avoid is they did include a little print here. Didn't catch that at first. That kind of says, you know, Square Enix made in China. Not a huge deal. Again, you probably put this figure, you know, looking forward, so shouldn't be a deal breaker. But it is kind of an odd design choice. Not sure why they didn't just include that maybe under the foot or, you know, in the actual like base or something like that, versus just kind of there, just kind of strange. But other than that, definitely think it's a really nice solid figure from Square Enix, again from the Static Arts line. Definitely want to make sure you guys are aware of all the different like nuances. Just in case, I will try to link the link to purchase the figure down below. If I do find it like on Amazon or even just the AmiAmi link, I'll go ahead and link that below, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, let me know what you guys think. I want to give this figure a score of around maybe like a 8 or 9 out of 10. Little, you know, a few little things there that just don't sit too well with me, but definitely a really solid figure overall. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, catch you in the next one.